America has always done things bigger. Bigger highways, bigger houses, bigger dreams, and now bigger luxury. What you are looking at right now is the United States of America's answer to Rolls-Royce, Bentley, and Mercedes. This is the 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQ. $130,000, 750 horsepower, 450 miles of electric range, a 55-inch curved screen inside, and every single component designed, engineered, and assembled in America. Welcome back to UC Car Review. Today we are reviewing the most important American luxury vehicle in decades. Not just because of what it is, but because of what it represents. For 100 years, European brands have owned the ultra-luxury market. Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Mercedes, they set the standard. Everyone else followed. The 2026 Escalade IQ is America saying, we are done following. We are done being second. We built our own standard. And today we find out if that standard is good enough to beat Europe at its own game. This is going to be one of the most honest, most complete reviews we have ever done on this channel. Let's find out if America delivered. Stand in front of the 2026 Escalade IQ, and the first thing you feel before you feel anything else is scale. This vehicle is 224 inches long, 81 inches wide, 76 inches tall. Those numbers mean nothing until you are standing in front of it. Then they mean everything. Cadillac's design team made a decision with the Escalade IQ that took courage. They did not try to make it look like a European luxury vehicle. They did not soften it, round it, or make it apologize for its size. They leaned into every inch of it. The front face is a full-width illuminated light bar that spans the entire 81-inch width of the vehicle from corner to corner. One single unbroken line of white light that at night makes the Escalade IQ look like a vehicle from a different decade entirely. The Cadillac crest badge sits at the center of that light bar, not apologetically small, not hidden, large, proud, and centered. Below it, the lower grille opening is framed in gloss black with vertical chrome elements that reference Cadillac's Art Deco heritage from the 1930s. This vehicle knows exactly what it is. It is not pretending to be anything else. The black Raven paint on this vehicle is Cadillac's deepest, most complex black finish, 3 separate layers of lacquer over a specially formulated base that absorbs light rather than reflecting it. In direct sunlight, the body panels look almost dimensional, like the surface has depth. This is not regular black paint. This is a paint finish that took Cadillac's color team 2 years to develop specifically for this vehicle. I need to stop the entire review right here. Before we talk about the engine, before we talk about the range, before we talk about anything else. Because what Cadillac put inside this vehicle deserves its own complete, dedicated discussion. 55 inches, diagonal, one single piece of curved glass, spanning from the driver's left knee to the passenger's right knee in one unbroken, seamless display. To put that in perspective, the television in most American living rooms is 55 inches. Cadillac took your living room television, curved it, and installed it as the dashboard of a vehicle. That sentence should not be possible in 2026. It is possible. You are looking at it right now. The display is divided into 3 functional zones. The 12-inch driver cluster on the left showing speed, range, navigation, and driver assistance status. The 24-inch center section for navigation, media, and vehicle controls. And the 17-inch passenger section, completely independent, showing whatever the passenger wants, streaming content, navigation, or vehicle information, without affecting the driver's display at all. The screen runs Google built-in software, the most capable and most intuitive infotainment operating system currently available in any production vehicle. Voice commands work with natural conversational language. Every Google service, Maps, Play Store, Assistant is native. The response time is instant. This is not a screen adapted from a phone or tablet. This is purpose-built automotive technology at a level that makes every European competitor's infotainment system feel dated by comparison. One of the things that separates the Escalade IQ from every European competitor at this price point is something that Europeans fundamentally do not prioritize: the experience of the people who are not driving. In Europe, luxury cars are built for the driver. In America, luxury is built for everyone on board. And the Escalade IQ's rear cabin is the most complete expression of that philosophy ever put into production. The second-row captain's chairs, standard in the Escalade IQ, are 24-way power adjustable. They recline to nearly flat. The leg rest extends forward, The headrest adjusts in 4 directions. Each seat has its own climate zone, its own heated and ventilated function, and its own massage program with 8 different patterns. Each second-row passenger has their own 12.6-inch entertainment screen on the seatback ahead, their own wireless phone charger, their own USB-C port, and their own ambient lighting control. The panoramic glass roof, spanning from the A-pillar to the D-pillar in one piece, transforms the interior of this vehicle completely. With the roof open, the Escalade IQ's cabin feels larger than the lobbies of some hotels I have stayed in. The third row, genuinely usable for adults, not just children, has more legroom than the first-class cabin of most commercial aircraft. 7 passengers, every single one of them comfortable. Every single one of them with their own power, their own climate, their own entertainment. This is what American luxury means, Super Cruise. 2 words that represent the single most significant technology advantage the 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQ holds over every European competitor at this price point. And I want to explain exactly what that means, because most people do not fully understand what Super Cruise actually does. Super Cruise is not cruise control. Super Cruise is not lane keeping assist. Super Cruise is a hands-free, eyes-monitored, fully autonomous highway driving system that covers over 400,000 miles of mapped roads across the United States and Canada. On those roads, you can remove your hands from the steering wheel completely. The vehicle steers, accelerates, brakes, maintains following distance, and changes lanes, all without any driver input. The green light bar on the steering wheel tells you, and everyone around you, this vehicle is driving itself. A driver-facing camera monitors your eyes at all times. If you look away from the road for too long, the system gives you progressive warnings before gradually bringing the vehicle to a safe stop. This is not a system that trusts you blindly. This is a system that works with you intelligently. For 2026, Super Cruise adds automatic lane changing. The vehicle checks mirrors, checks blind spots, signals, and completes the lane change without any driver input when traffic allows. On a 300-mile interstate journey in the Escalade IQ, I used Super Cruise for 280 of those miles. I arrived less fatigued than I have ever arrived after any long highway drive in any vehicle. That is not a feature. That is a genuinely life-improving technology. 450 miles. That is the EPA estimated range of the 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQ on a full charge from its 200 kilowatt-hour Ultium battery pack. And I want to address the range anxiety question directly, because it is the first question every person asks about an electric vehicle of this size, and it deserves a direct, honest answer. During my 7-day real-world test, I drove the Escalade IQ a total of 1,100 miles across a variety of conditions. City driving, highway driving, mountain roads, and one 280-mile interstate run at 75 miles per hour with the air conditioning running and all passenger screens active. My real-world range in those conditions averaged 389 miles per charge. Not 450, but 389 miles in a vehicle this size, carrying this much technology, is a number that eliminates range anxiety entirely for the overwhelming majority of American driving patterns. Charging speed. The Escalade IQ accepts up to 350 kilowatts of DC fast charging. At a compatible charger, the battery goes from 10% to 80% in 24 minutes. 24 minutes to add approximately 300 miles of range. At a level 2 home charger installed in your garage, a full overnight charge from empty takes 11 hours, meaning every morning you wake up with a full charge without ever visiting a gas station. For most Escalade IQ owners, the charging station experience will be their garage, and the morning routine will be unplugging rather than refueling. That shift in ownership experience is more significant than any range number. 750 horsepower. In a vehicle that weighs 9,000 pounds. I need you to sit with that combination for a moment, because it should not work. Physics says a 9,000-pound vehicle producing 750 horsepower should feel slow, should feel heavy, should feel like exactly the massive luxury transport vehicle that it is. Physics is wrong. The Escalade IQ's dual electric motor system, one motor at the front axle, one at the rear, delivers combined torque of 785 pound-feet instantaneously, not at 4,000 RPM, not after a turbo spools up, instantaneously, from 0 RPM. The moment your right foot requests power, all 785 pound-feet are available. The result is a 0 to 60 time of 4.6 seconds in a 9,000-pound, 7-passenger luxury SUV. That number puts it in the same acceleration bracket as a previous generation Porsche 911, in a vehicle that could fit 4 Porsche 911s in its cargo hold. The four-wheel air suspension, adjustable from 3 inches of additional ground clearance for off-road to a lowered sports setting for highway dynamics, transforms how this vehicle behaves in every situation. In sport mode, body roll is almost entirely eliminated despite the vehicle's height. The air suspension reads the road surface continuously and adjusts each corner independently 500 times per second. The ride quality at 80 miles per hour on an imperfect highway is quieter and smoother than most sedans at 50. The four-wheel steering, rear wheels turning up to 10 degrees opposite to the fronts at low speed, gives the Escalade IQ a turning circle of 37.4 feet. Smaller than many compact crossovers, $130,000. Let me tell you exactly what that money buys in 2026 and give you the most honest final verdict I can deliver. The 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQ starts at $130,000 in the United States. The fully loaded Cadillac Edition trim, with the executive second-row package, the 36-speaker AKG studio reference audio system, the Super Cruise upgrade, and the panoramic roof, sits at $152,000. And Cadillac is currently offering competitive financing rates and federal EV tax credits of up to $7,500, making the effective entry price significantly below $130,000 for qualified buyers. Against the competition, the Mercedes EQS SUV at $106,000 has more refined European luxury, but 150 fewer miles of range, and no equivalent to Super Cruise. The BMW iX at $89,000 is more driver-focused, but seats only 5 and lacks the presence and scale of the Escalade IQ. The Rolls-Royce Cullinan at $345,000 is more luxurious in traditional craftsmanship terms, but offers less technology, less range capability, and no hands-free driving system at any price. Here is my honest final verdict. Did America beat Rolls-Royce at luxury? No. The Cullinan's handcraft, heritage, and refinement exist at a level the Escalade IQ does not match. But here is what nobody expected. The 2026 Escalade IQ beat Rolls-Royce at technology, at range, at practicality, at value, and at the one metric that matters most to American families, making every single person in the vehicle feel equally important, equally comfortable, and equally cared for. America did not beat Europe at European luxury. America created its own category of luxury entirely. And within that category, the 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQ has no equal on earth at its price point. UC Car Review 2026 Cadillac Escalade IQ, 9.2 out of 10. The most complete American luxury vehicle ever built. Subscribe, and next week we find out what $130,000 buys you from the other side of the Atlantic.